In the complex arenas of global business and modern politics, very few names command the sheer volume of attention and ignite as much fierce debate as Donald J. Trump. To some, he represents the ultimate unapologetic leader, a champion of the working class who disrupted a broken system. To others, he is the most polarizing figure to ever step foot on the global stage. But long before the iconic rallies, the endless media headlines, and the historic presidency, there was a young, ambitious boy from Queens, New York, who harbored a vision far larger than his surroundings. The foundation of ambition. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946. He grew up in the affluent, yet strictly disciplined household of Fred Trump, a highly successful real estate developer who had already made his fortune building middle-class housing projects across the boroughs of New York City. From an early age, Donald possessed a restless energy and a fiercely competitive drive. Recognizing that his son needed a firmer hand, Fred sent the 13-year-old Donald to the New York Military Academy. It was a pivotal decision. Within those rigid walls, young Trump thrived, absorbing lessons in leadership, hierarchy, and relentless self-confidence, the very traits that would eventually become the foundation of his larger-than-life public persona. Conquering Manhattan. After completing his education, which included studying economics at the prestigious Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, Trump officially joined his father's company in the early 1970s. But the outer boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens were not enough to satisfy his hunger for success. Donald's eyes were set on the ultimate prize, the glittering, high-stakes skyline of Manhattan. Throughout the 1980s, he took massive financial risks, transforming the city's architecture by developing luxury properties that screamed opulence. The crown jewel of this era was the iconic Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue. With its bold brass and glass design and high-end retail spaces, it wasn't just a building. It was a monument to wealth, cementing the Trump name as a synonym for luxury. The art of the comeback and pop culture stardom. By the 1990s, Donald Trump was a household name, plastering his brand across skyscrapers, golf courses, and casinos. However, the world of high finance is notoriously unforgiving. Multiple ventures, particularly in the casino industry, faced severe financial distress. Critics and financial analysts alike began writing his professional obituary, predicting the total collapse of his empire. Yet, against all odds, Trump engineered a series of massive financial comebacks, proving his resilience. In 2004, he pivoted to a brand new arena, reality television. The Apprentice debuted, featuring ambitious contestants fighting for a prestigious executive role in his organization. His boardroom catchphrase, "You're fired," echoed across the globe. This era didn't just salvage his brand. It introduced him to millions of everyday Americans, framing him as the ultimate, decisive American boss. The political earthquake. If his business career was a roller coaster, his entry into politics was a seismic event. In 2015, Trump descended the golden escalators of Trump Tower to announce his candidacy for the President of the United States. The political establishment and mainstream media dismissed his campaign as a mere publicity stunt. They were wrong. Utilizing a deeply populist message, a blunt speaking style, and a mastery of media manipulation, Trump tapped into the frustrations of millions of Americans who felt left behind by traditional politicians. In a stunning 2016 upset that defied almost every political poll, he defeated Hillary Clinton to become the 45th President of the United States. The Oval Office and enduring legacy. As Commander-in-Chief, Trump governed exactly as he campaigned, unconventionally. His administration pushed through major tax reforms, completely overhauled the federal judiciary with conservative judges, and took aggressive stances on trade and immigration. On the world stage, he tore up the traditional diplomatic playbook, engaging in unprecedented, historic summits with leaders like North Korea's Kim Jong-un. His tenure, however, was marked by deep national division. Supporters heralded his America First agenda and economic metrics, while critics condemned his rhetoric and the breaking of democratic norms. The climax of his first term collided with a global crisis, the 2020 pandemic, which severely impacted the global economy and radically altered the political landscape, ultimately leading to his electoral defeat by Joe Biden. The unfinished story. Despite leaving the Oval Office, Donald Trump defied the historical trend of quiet post-presidencies. He remains the center of gravity in American politics, continuing to dominate headlines, shape party platforms, and rally massive crowds.
Loved by millions as a symbol of anti-establishment reform, and deeply criticized by others as a threat to tradition, his impact is undeniable. From a young developer in Queens to a global billionaire to the leader of the free world, Donald Trump's journey is a masterclass in branding, ambition, and disruption. And as the political landscape continues to shift, the world remains captivated by one simple, lingering question. What will be the next chapter in the story of Donald Trump?